All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless, no story is worthless. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm just going to let y'all know we're going to have a very interesting show tonight. All right, man, joining me all the way from T-Dot. That's Toronto, Canada, for those of y'all who don't really understand what that means. Toronto, okay? No Drake, all right? Man, all right. But joining me all the way from Toronto, please put your hands together for Wavie. Made it!
Yes, sir. How's it going? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Man, no problem, brother. Man, look here. It is all good. I thank you for being the guest on my platform today. Man, look here. There are a few words, in your bio that I can use to describe you. But to be technical, yes, musician, artist, fashion designer, but creative, okay? That's my word to you, sir. You are a true creator. And if you all can't tell, if you look behind him, you will see some of the creations on the wall. You see my man Krusty over there. We ain't gonna say all the other stuff that you all know. But man, you see my man Krusty, you see my man Bugs, you see my man Taz, So that just gives you a little inkling. And we're gonna talk about your connection to the 90s, because I know the 90s is kind of big for you, But first and foremost, man, can you just give us an introduction to who you are and what it is that you really do?
Definitely. Thanks for that great introduction. I'm gonna give a little of my own. Yeah, so I'm from Toronto, Canada, mainly from the Vaughan side, and my name's Wavie, C.Wavie. That's C.WAVIE, and then everything in the art world goes by Wavie Made It, and on my fashion stuff that goes by Different Splash. That's the line I created. And yeah, I'm an all-around creative. Anything I could do where I could put my creative touch to it and express myself and who I am from the inside, that's where you're gonna find me. That's what I like to do.
Okay, all right. Hey man, look, that's what it is, y'all. Okay, so man, look, before we dive all in, let me just get technical with y'all. Okay, so man, if you read his bio, it will tell you things such as, he combines abstract sculpting and street art to create original and contemporary works. As you can tell behind you, yes, all right, this is just an inkling of some of the things that he does. But now, also reading in your bio, one of the things that first jumped out at me was fashion designer. Like, you design your own clothes, and you've been designing your own clothes for a while, ever since you were like a youth. Can you take us through those transitions?
Yeah, definitely. It all started back in probably grade 7, grade 8, right before I was going into high school, and I was really trying to identify my style, and I was trying to figure out how I could fit into the masses. And I wasn't really a fortunate kid to have that much money, so I couldn't get the designer that a lot of my friends were wearing. I couldn't get it doesn't even have to be designer. I just couldn't get the nice stuff, the nice shoes, the things that they had. And I wanted to look better than them. So I found fashion, and I started looking through magazines, looking online, and watching videos, watching all sorts of stuff. And from there, I created my first piece, and I actually wore that to class on the Civies Day in grade 9. And those who don't know Civies Day, that's when you wear a uniform to school, and then one day a month you get to wear your normal outfits. So that day of the month is the sickest outfits. You have to look good on those days, But yeah, so that day I wore my outfit, and I was getting compliments left, right, and center. So I went home, and I kept on trying. I kept on going. I kept on doing it, and eventually everyone was asking me, "Yo, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And people were looking at me as the fashion guy. So I kind of honed in on those skills, and I started offering them. I wasn't selling them, but I was offering them custom pieces, one-on-one works, and things like that. And from there, it kind of just took off.
Okay, all right. Well, look, let me just say now, that's what I'm saying. creative, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes I know just being a creative on so many different levels, you know, like it's not to be like everyone else. It's to stand apart from the norm. And as you said, you know, yes, man, people were rocking their own designers and this, that, what have you. And sometimes I feel as if when you get caught up in that, you know, everybody sort of looks the same. I don't care what color you have, the pattern is the same or what have you. But when you're like a true original creative, man, you got fresh ideas and you just see patterns totally different than how these so-called designers see it. And as you said, you made your own, you go to school, man, yeah, I know I only get this one day, so I got to bust out these best, you know, like the freshest wares, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you go and do it, and I mean, man, it's like the compliments left and right. Yo, what's that, man? I mean, yo, where'd you get that from? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, no. This is all me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you made that? Oh, yes, I made this. Well, man, bro, can I get this, that, and the other? All right. And, you know, I like that because, A, it's the confidence, you know what I'm saying, to know that you had the right idea all along. Okay? Like, you, man, believed in the vision. You did everything you needed to do. That was what's up. Okay? So my next question, as I said before, I don't want to ask the traditional, like, what were your influences, you know, growing up, this, that, what have you. We ain't going to go there. This is Word with Ty Brownlow. We do a little bit different around here, all right? So how has life evolved you into the creative you are today?
Wow, that's a deep question. I like that. I mean, I'll start at the end of the fashion there stuff, like kind of where I ended off the last story. So yeah, people were starting to be interested in clothes and stuff. So I then was also wearing it, and I found that I could do what I wanted, and I could wear what I wanted, and I could be comfortable in what I wanted to wear. So I then developed a brand name, and it was called Different Splash. And the tagline was "Be comfortable in the skin you're in." And that right there, that spoke for everyone, people of color, people, their gender, it spoke to everyone. It's just be comfortable in the skin you're in, and from there, that later on, that influenced my art, because that's where my art collections are based out of. And so that went back years. So that's kind of a great life experience there. But the music side, I've always been influenced in it. I have some family members, like ironically, my cousins. They're doing well in the music scene, and I was always around it. I was in the studios, and I was always looking to want to be like them, but I was never feeling that I could be like them. I was never like comfortable in the skin I was in. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I was good enough. So that's where the fashion then started helping to realize I was good enough. And I didn't care what people thought of my music, so I just tried it. And from my first song, yet again, I was getting the compliments. Even my cousins, they were like, yo, that music's fire. You got to keep on going. You got to keep on going. So they started pushing me, and they were like helping fuel the fire. And I dropped my first joint. I got about 500,000 streams on Spotify on alone. And as well as I dropped the music video. I got a lot of views on that. And it really went well, and I'm just still pushing the music, and I'm not there for the views, I'm not there for the comments and all that stuff, but it's obviously a benefit of it. But I'm really there to express my message and my views, and it's just another way to be creative and let people know how I feel.
Okay, all right. No, so you know, I like that, you know, because as we said, music, art, fashion. You know, you have your own lane in all three, you know, and all three are interconnected somehow, some way. You know, I don't know if it's music influencing the art, which is influencing the fashion, or the art influencing the music, which influences. I mean, you can cut it up so many different ways, you know, like one doesn't have to be separate from the other, you know. But let's just before we talk about collections, I read somewhere that like the 90s, you're like very influenced by the 90s, as you can tell by some of the art that's behind you, some of the pieces behind you. Can you talk a little bit about the 90s and like what type of effect, does that have on you?
Like, I mean, like everything from the day you're born to the day you pass is that influences you, and you learn every day. So from the cartoons I watched, as you can see, some of that was behind me. From the clothes I wore, from the music that influenced me, the artists that I looked up to and I wanted to be like, those type of things. That was the 90s genre. Like that's when 50 Cent came out. That's when Usher was doing big things. That's when Michael was coming back on his last tours of his career, and all those things, they really spoke to me, and that's kind of how it happened.
Okay, all right. Well, no. So seriously, like, man, you talk about 50, you talk about MJ, Michael Jackson, not Jordan. Or, okay, all right. But like you talk about these like artists or what have you, and as I said, man, from fashion to art to music, they all have some type of influence on each other, and you like connecting all three together. What was it about a Michael Jackson or a 50 Cent that you found very like influential?
For 50, that was just the time. So everybody was rocking it. If I was walking down the street and someone was driving with their window down, they were just bumping into that in the car, like, yo, pump, whatever it was. So, that was a big influence. That's kind of a hype situation. But the Michael Jackson, he was very influential in his music, and he always had a message, like the man in the mirror. That was something that really spoke to me. Like he wasn't trying to just speak to one person. He was trying to speak to the world. He was trying to speak to every race. He was trying to speak to every country, every age, and he was really trying to make a change. Like that's even in his music. That's his lyrics. Trying to make a change. Rest in my, I'm saying, that type of stuff. So Michael's my guy, and ironically, we got the same birthday. So we're both born on the day of a superstar. You know what I mean?
Okay. August 29th, Virgo in the house. All right, brother.
Yes,
okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hey, look. September 16th, bro. Okay, so man, I'm right there with you. Hey, man. See, I told y'all this was gonna be special. All right. See, not only is he a fellow creator, but he's the best zodiac in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Pretty much in the universe. All right. I mean, we ain't even gotta like run down the list. We just said MJ. We gonna stop and end with MJ. Okay, man. Forget it. All right, man. Look here. Yes to you. Okay, because I'm feeling everything that you're saying, and as I said, just being a fellow creator, I just know how outside, things going on in the outside world, we feel on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? It's like being like a empath almost, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's not happening to me directly, but I can feel, man, like what he's talking about over here, I feel that on a level. What they're singing about over here, I feel that on a certain level. What's happening, even though it ain't got to be happening right here in my own home or whatever, but I feel what's going on the other side of the world on a certain level, So all these things I take and I express, whether it's going to be through my fashion, whether it's going to be through my art, whether it's going to be, be through my music. You know what I'm saying? And that's, man, I feel that 2 million times over. All right, bro. That for real. Like, that's what's up. So I want to, man, there's a quote I want you to break down for me, okay? Because this is your quote. It definitely resonated with me. Now that I know, you my fellow Virgo brother. Yeah, all right. All right. But the quote is, a lot of people ask me what my style is. And I tell them, style is a prison. And I want to be free. Can you please break down that quote?
Yeah, like so many of us are just trapped in that box that that imaginary box. We all got walls the size of Everest all around us, and it's this wall is social media. This wall is internal thoughts. This wall is what friends are telling you. That wall back there is what the parents are telling you. And at the end of the day, all those walls, that box, it's not a real thing. So you really just gotta step outside of that box, and you just gotta do it. You just gotta, if you believe it, you can achieve it. So that the box isn't a real thing. So just keep on moving, keep on trying. Social media, if people are trying to always conform and look a certain way, then you'll never be able to get outside of what the bars are, and that's basically social media. So to me, if you want to wear whatever you want to wear it. If you want to hang out with whoever you want to hang out with, go hang out with them. Doesn't have to be cool to hang out with that type of person or wear that type of stuff. And that, to me, is the style of being with that group, or wearing this attire, or having this type of hair, or that type of hat, or this type of jewelry, or that type of music. That's all the style, and that's a prison. Step outside of it and don't lock yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look here, man. Look. True Virgo, y'all. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm just gonna let y'all know, man. That's just what we do. It's very introspective. But we're presenting it to the world, and I like, how you, pretty much broke it down. Like, man, having a certain style is like being in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to be seen, valued, and heard, and we want the recognition for the work that we put in. But I just don't want to be labeled as one certain thing. I don't want to have just one particular type of style. That's just not even who I am. That sort of goes along with the phrase that we use around here called comfort is a cage. You being comfortable can be a cage. You being in your comfort zone can be a cage. We normally hear the phrase, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Man, don't be why you all over here? Stay in your lane. Nah, don't stay in your lane.
Nah, don't.
No, please get out your lane.
Take the exit, go onto the next highway, try every lane on the street, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep on trying, and eventually you're gonna find something that works for you. And maybe you'll find your style, but you ain't copying someone else's, and maybe you can have your own style box, but you had your own journey to find your own style, and still don't trap yourself in your own personal style box. But people will then try and be like you will stop trying to be like others, and you'll see other people trying to be like you. Maybe you wear your hat sideways instead of wearing it straight, and now you see tomorrow your boy's like, yo, that style's sick. Next week he's rocking that in the club or at the music or wherever at school. He's wearing his hat sideways now, and it's a new style. You know what I'm saying? It's just be yourself, and you'll see you can create trends. You can do all sorts of things.
Hey, look, I love it, man. I love it. Like, I mean, be an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Don't be an imitation. Be an inspiration. Okay?
100%.
There it is. There it is. Okay? Now, also going through your bio, you have some collections, okay? And you have them on display behind you, but I want you to break down each collection. Now, the first collection that you have is called More Than a Body. Can you talk a little bit about that, or do you have a sample of that behind you?
Yeah, I do actually. I'll grab it right here. Not right behind me, to the side. I'm gonna grab it for you to check that out. But basically, here's one right here. It's pretty large and in charge.
Ooh, okay.
That's one right here. One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Basically, it represents, like we were talking about earlier, the being comfortable in your own skin and being comfortable who you are. Stop body shaming and all those type of things. So with all these pieces, I incorporate bodies, and I incorporate different words and different functionalities, all sorts of different things. Like I have lamps, I have different things that I've made with the bodies. Sometimes they're mannequins, sometimes they're sculptures that I've made from clay and things like that. But essentially, you can see there, I wrote the word shame on the stomach, and the arms are made out of newspaper. And on the words of the arms, there's different stories of people going through self-body problems and like mental health problems, but more through like the eating and stuff like that. And then through the back, you have some very abstract images that are just like bringing the color. And on the face, it's riddled with words. You can move the hat up and down, even though it is permanent. And yeah, that's one of the collection. That's a piece from it, and that's what it's about.
Okay. Hey, look, let me just say, it's dope that you're even hitting on body shaming and things of that nature. I just had an interview not too long ago where, one of the people that I was talking to, and, sometimes you don't pay attention to it because of everything else that's going on in your day or what have you when you're at work. But they pretty much broke down how sometimes your appearance can determine whether or not you are successful or you're like a failure. And I'll just take it, so let's just say we're at a job, okay? And a person comes in, they're like 350, the chances now, they can be bright. They can be smart as a whip, know everything they need to know. Let's just say we're in like programming or something in the tech field, and they know their stuff. They're at the top of their game, but their health is a risk. You know what I'm saying? Like companies may not want to take a chance on that. Now, to me personally, that is body shame, okay? Because we don't know what's going on with that person. It could be some type of trauma that may have happened in their past that has trickulated down to like who they are today that they just haven't dealt with at that time. You know what I'm saying? They just either they're running from it or they just haven't had the chance to just really sit and deal with what's going on, what caused like pain or whatever in their past to like have them, the way they are. But we also have it on the other side where, man, look, you were in school. I was in school. You know what I'm saying? High school, college, grade school, middle school, whatever. Man, we know how people can be. And you talked about it earlier. Judgmental.
Yeah.
A lot of people's first instinct is to judge off the top. They don't even have to open their head. Man, 9 times out of 10, they don't even have to open their mouth. They're going to give you the up and down. Okay? They're going to give you
the eyes.
Yeah, man. They're judging you with the eyes, okay? You don't even have to hear what they're saying, but you feel it. It's already coming off. That energy's manifesting itself, and it's not cool. So for you to speak on, for you to speak out about that, man, there are people going through all kinds of changes, and we're just not talking about people who are, obese. There are people out here that are anorexic. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know, as I said before. There can be some other type of hidden trauma that they may be going through that this is how it's manifesting itself. So, man, don't be so quick to judge a person on their appearance, because you don't know what they're going through. And on top of that, just how you wouldn't want people to judge you as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get off that soapbox, all right? All right? But now you have another one called A Masked Society. This is very interesting. Can you break that down?
Yeah, I can definitely. So basically with that collection, you got a beautiful, perfect, well done portrait, and that portrait is then covered by items, miscellaneous items, or a full sheet of something, and you can no longer properly see that perfect portrait because it's masked by society. It's masked by social media. It's masked by the things around us. It's just like I was saying, the box. it's essentially a collection representing the box. So you can no longer see the faces through the makeup, through the diamonds, through the things we eat, the things we put in our hair, the products, the designer clothes we wear. And it's just, it's hard to see the true face in society. And that's what that collection represents. I'm gonna show you one. That one there. It's pretty big also. Don't get me wrong, it's extra large.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know where I went there.
Oh, no. You good. Ooh, okay. Man, can you please break this down to us, man? Like, this is, hey, yo, dope.
So, yeah, as I was saying, you're hidden behind the glasses. I don't know if you can see it up close, but you got the glasses over the eyes, so you can't see the eyes anymore. You got the makeup covering the true face. You got all the different products and the type of things that you use in your childhood, your things that you wear, you represent. Down at the bottom here, you got the jewels, the type of things that you got to hide behind. And yeah, you can't see the true face anymore because it's covered by all the products, all the everything. And that's what I mean.
Hey, man, look. Told y'all, introspective, okay? Man, look. Don't be mad at us because we Virgos and that's just our super trait, okay? I mean, that's just what we do. All right? Yes. Team Virgo over here. But no, man. Hey, no, brother. Hey. Seriously. You are, I mean, man, you talked about it before. Things with a message. Everything you have on there is a message, you know? And we don't really get to see the true person anymore. Because as you said, man, even like, man, let's just go to social media. You know, there's so many filters on that. You don't know.
Like the filters, you don't know what you're going to see.
Oh, God. Like, is this really how you look? Like, so you look like a baby doll all the time? Like, all the time. So if you wake up at 1:27 in the morning, you're still going to look like a baby doll. Okay, all right. So at 5:15 p.m., you're still looking like a baby doll. You still got the antler nose. You know, I mean, right. But you understand what I'm saying. You know, it's like we put on this facade because we think this is what gets us accepted by the mainstream. And a lot of times you don't even want to be in the mainstream. You know, like, look, not to date myself, but Outkast has a song called Mainstream. It's off the AT Aliens album. You know what I'm saying? And in that song, a lot of stuff that you're talking about is what they're kicking in that song. So, yes, come on now. Woo. But you know that. My favorite, and when I read about it, I'm like, okay. Wasted Treasure. Can you break that down?
Yeah, that's like, it's like the name, basically. That's wasted treasure. Like, really, like, people throw out so many things that are beautiful. They're wasteful. They don't see the true value in things anymore. So I try to bring that back, and I try to help our environment by reducing, reusing, and recycling as well. So I take trash and I turn it into treasure, essentially. But it's not as crazy as it sounds. Like, I'll grab a smaller piece here. For example, this is just a quick small example here. This is a tree I made, and it's all out of melted plastic. The leaves all made out of CDs. So it's kind of like a data tree. So the CDs still have the information in them from when they were MP3s and had music. So it goes back and it carries information into the future. And why waste it? It's a beauty. It's beautiful, in my opinion. And that's kind of what that collection is about.
Okay. Ooh, boy, look. Yo, man. Okay, so let me present this question to you. I know this isn't one we talked about, but I just have to present it to you because every collection has its meaning. And as I sit here and I look at the collections, man, you know, the way you break it down, like, so let me just ask this. A lot of times, you know, in life, if you really lived your life, you leave empty. All right? There aren't any regrets. Okay? You've done everything that you wanted to do. You've made an impact. You've done everything. Okay? You've left this world empty. Sitting here talking to you, yes, I know, man, you're way younger than me, but I also get that, man, you have a voice. You have a message, okay? When it's all said and done, all right? When it's all said and done, what do you want your message to the world to be?
That's a real deep question. That's a real deep question. That's a hard one to answer. Like, I'm honestly, I think I want my message to be different, be yourself. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. And I don't know, I hope my music, my art, it stands the test of time. Hope one day it's in museums, not just galleries. I hope generations and generations are listening and getting real messages out of my music to come. Just I don't do it for right now. I do it forever. That's kind of how I try.
Now look here, that's a quote. That needs to be a shirt. I don't do it for right now. I do it for forever. Hey, brother, if you don't make that a shirt, I will. Okay, for real, I'm telling you now. That's a quote, man. That come on, man. You better come on through, fellow Virgo. Come on through, bro. Come on through. Seriously, man. No, man. Look, I love that. I love that because as we've been sitting up here talking, like everything has a message, man. And it's not too deep where it's going over your head. You know, you're talking about the complexities of life and stuff like that. This is stuff that's going on every single day. All right? Stuff that's going on every single day. Wasted treasure. Man, please. Do you know how much we muck up oceans, rivers, you know, landfills, things of that nature? Man, you know, you got animals out here dying off because they're eating like our waste. You know, man, you got things out here, ecosystems dying because we're just building on top and we're like driving things out of this like natural element, you know. And once we lose certain ecosystems, man, that causes chaos and we don't really know it down the line, you know, because if it's all about build, destroy, build, what's left? When you destroyed everything, there's nothing else to build. You know, you build on top of everything. Sometimes you have to let things be. You know, that's just the like nature of life sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong. We all need improvements. You know, why not improve upon things that we already have, you know, to make it better, to make that stand the test of time. It doesn't always have to be anything new. You know, something, you know, I love your message, man. Like, forever, dude. Not just for today. I want this to be around forever, you know. So, all right now. Okay. Now, man, see Wavie. If people want to get in contact with you, if they want to follow you on social media, if they want to get some of these original pieces, what have you, how can they do so? Website, email, social media, what have you? Talk to us.
Yeah, like essentially, you can find me under c.wavie, that's Wavie, and you can, in my bio there, you could click right to Wavie Made It if you're interested in the art. If you're interested in fashion, you also could find it right through there on the bio. So if you look up c.wavie, you can find me anywhere. You can press it on Google, you can do it on Spotify for music. I'm everywhere, on every streaming platform. You'll find me if you're looking, so c.wavie with an IE.
Hey, look here. You know I love to play on words. You know what I'm saying? So that's really one of my best. Hey, look, man. As soon as I seen it, I was like, Wavie, okay, all right, yes. I mean, you know, like it's still the same. You know, you just added an IE. We still getting our vowels, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we still getting our A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. All right. We just took the Y off and added the IE. All right. There you go. There you go. All right, man. Look. So this brings me to my last question. This is the question that my show is known for, and I would love to hear your response to it. See Wavie. Wavie made it. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm debating between two words right now. That's a hard one.
Hey, brother, I'll take both of them.
All right, so I'd say creative, and that one's self-explanatory. And I'd say different, and I'll explain that one. Like different because I don't want to be like anyone else. Like a lot of the times I choose my outfits, and I'm choosing it to make sure that I'm wearing it and no one else is wearing it. If I hear that a friend or a homie or a family member got the same pair of shoes that I got, those shoes are given away to a friend or something, because I don't want to have what people have. I want to be different, and that's me. That's what I think describes me.
Hey, look, I mean, if y'all don't understand, hey, Virgo, okay, look at we can't be out here looking like everybody else. We got to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My word for you, purpose, bro. Purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you do has a purpose. Intentional purpose. Okay, those are my two words. I know I said one word, but it's gonna be two. Okay, intentional purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like you're intentional about what it is you create. Man, it has a meaning behind it. You're doing it. I'm doing it. You're doing it not for what you think I'm doing it for. There's a message behind this. Okay, there's a purpose behind this. Yes, it's intentional. I am doing this. I am making these clothes. I am doing all these other things. I'm making music, but it's for a purpose. There's a meaning. Okay, and once you understand and see me, like really see me, don't just look at me and be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Nah. Once you really see me, you know what I'm saying? And man, you see who I truly am. Yeah. Either A, you gonna love it, or you not, And I know you said something about being weird, in your bio and on your website, but you and I both know, man, I take that as a compliment.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Weird is being different, and different is cool.
Different is cool. There it is, y'all. Hey, look. Distinguished. Okay. Boondock snaps over here. Okay. Distinguished. All right. Okay. No, bro. Hey, man, look. I just appreciate you coming on to my platform. My Virgo brother. Look, I'm just going to say this to you now. All right. Man. These doors are always open to you, bro. Like anything you got going on in the future, man, you want to come back on and talk about or what have you. Seriously, man, this ain't no Hollywood talk or whatever. This is real talk. This is, man, from one Virgo to another fellow Virgo.
I appreciate it. Much love.
Man, you are always welcome to come back here and, man, show us everything you got going on because, as you said, what you have behind you will be in museums, bro. You will manifest that. Man, they will be talking about you. You do have things to offer. As I said, intentional purpose, bro. Okay? Intentional purpose. You have found that. You are sharing your gifts. You won't be leaving here full of anything. You're going to be leaving here empty, bro. Okay? And that's a good thing. Okay? That's always a good thing. And once again, I just thank you for being on my platform.
Thanks so much for having me.
Man, no problem. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. This has been World with Ty Brownlow. I have been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can follow me on all social media platforms at World with Ty Brownlow. Or you can go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Get this wonderful conversation, man, from this talented fellow Virgo. Okay? And plus other great conversations as well. See Wavie made it.
Gang, Wavie made it, man.
Man, we out, y'all. Peace.